It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Jets and the Niners on Monday Night Prime Time.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his third NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And the great story of Brock Purdy continues. Had he been drafted in the first round, I think people would be singing his praises to the skies, but for whatever reason, people can't let go of the fact he was Mr. Irrelevant, and they don't give him the credit he deserves. He is not just a system quarterback. He's a guy who enhances his team. Not just along for the ride, he's the one steering the ship. And without him, their ceiling significantly drops.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Purdy from the gun. Looking sideline, incomplete. Ahmad Gardner bringing the sauce on that breakup. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Ready? Go!
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Now Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
That's caught out right by Jennings. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Purdy. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Jets to take over. Led at quarterback by a man back to full health in season number 20 now, and his second one in New York, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
And I can't help but chuckle as we look at last year's stats for Aaron Rodgers. 0 for 1, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I can't believe that we're looking at a stat line like that, but remember, he only played 4 plays. The Jets know that will not be a stat line for this year, and they can't wait to see the old numbers replace the ones you're seeing there.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. And behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Here's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
1 down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Motion to the left with Jennings. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Calling a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Ready up.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. So here's a 3rd and 14.
Get it.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Well, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyler Conklin, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
Ready, set. Go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Got a man. That's Ayuk.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Now Dobbs.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Rodgers going to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Rodgers
finds Lazard quickly on the slant.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Throwing is Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And again, it's Rodgers. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Calvin Austin, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Alexander Mattison, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, a touchdown pass in the victory. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now it's Rodgers. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here's Purdy. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And now out come the Jets.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw is Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Now Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
He came through well with a nice pass break up there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
Purdy.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Throwing now is Rodgers. That is caught. It's Williams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Jets.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hall ought to give up the middle.
And fights through one man. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Finding Lazard over towards the sideline.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
A handoff for Hall.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Jets are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Now Purdy.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Let's go now.
Purdy looking to throw.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
Purdy now to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contact.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
In motion left goes Jennings.
Purdy from the gun.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the 49ers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown may be a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Jets offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game,
and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's Hall again. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Purdy will look to throw again here.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Jets, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the 49ers,